Welcome back to my channel. It is Sunday. The Sunday after Thanksgiving. It's December 1st. And I was kind of thinking back, because it was about 5 years ago today that I really decided to simplify my life out of frustration and anger. And my family's kind of been in this lawsuit for over a decade. It started in September 12, 2008. I have felt like financially restricted. I was emotionally exhausted. And it was, I want to say late November, early December of 2014. Peyton was 2, Christmas was coming. I was broke. I have all these bills. I was stressed out. My business at that time was like 4 years old. It was growing, but I really had like a hard time with my hormones after I had Peyton, so I was just kind of like a depressed mess for a while. And that's a lot of my God thing too, which I'll share on a different day if you're curious. But like, pills didn't work and therapy was helpful, but I needed like a higher power. And anybody who's dealt with some, you know, like depression and addiction type stuff, like, it just works better for me. So that's what I did. But I decided to be debt free because I didn't even really want to be debt free. I didn't really think about being debt free when I wanted to simplify my life. I just made a list of the things that stressed me out, and money to pay bills at that time was one of them. So I'm like, well, what if I had no bills? How do you do that? Which obviously you have to pay to live. Like, you're always gonna have expenses, food, shelter, water. I'm just talking like credit card debt and car loans and like working for stuff. At that point in my life, I was 35? 34, 30, I was 36. Yeah, I was 36 and done working for stuff because I was working so much that I don't even get to enjoy stuff. So it was just stupid to me. Just like, you know, and I like, here I'm like looking at all these new cars and like, why do I want a new car? Aside from going to Costco, which is like an hour and a half from my house because I live out in the middle of nowhere, my office and warehouse is 1.1 miles from my house, and Peyton goes to school 3 miles from my house. So I am in my car a maximum like Monday through Friday, I don't know, 10 minutes a day. What am I paying $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 for a car that I am in 10 minutes a day? So I just told Chad, you know, like, you know what? When things change and like I need a car that's reliable because I have to leave the village, because I don't really leave the village that much, then I will get a new car. Until then, I am just driving my 2004 Honda Accord, which I bought new in 2003. It's 16 years old. The heated seats work, the air conditioning works. It is no longer pretty on the outside. The inside is pushing it because the children, but the stuff still works. So like, when the air conditioning and the heat don't work, I might fix those, and we'll see. We'll see. Like, as of right now, career changes, like I tend to even still be working more from home. So I don't know. And then like clothes. Why am I spending all this money on clothes? I have more clothes than I could wear, which I do miss the clothes, but whatever. What else? I still pay a lot of money for like internet and TV, but I use those, so whatever. But 2014 was my like, I've had it moment. Like, mainly December, and I just started making lists of all the bills I had, all the money I owed, and the list was like almost $750,000. And most of that is in mortgages, okay? Like, I didn't go that crazy. And then it was all like, it wasn't a lot of it wasn't as much stuff as I thought. Some of the stuff that the home equity loan I had that taken out, which I was paying for, some of that stuff was kind of silly and stupid and probably shouldn't have been done. And then we went through this corporate divorce and started a company, so we just had all of this different debt on stuff that was, I couldn't, like when I first wrote it all down, it was just unbelievable how much there was. And then I look at how much I'm making, and it's not like I wasn't making money, I was making it, but I was just allocating it wrong. And so that's kind of when I started my debt-free journey. Not really to be debt-free so much as to simplify my life, which I guess one kind of is the other. And I made my list and my plan in December of 2014, but I didn't implement it until January 1st, 2015. It's probably the only thing I've ever done in a January is part of a New Year's resolution that I've done this long, because it's gonna be 5 years, January 1st of 2020. And I'm just kind of, I thought things would be a lot different, but if you're on a debt-free journey, like you ever make that payment towards something, or you've been paying, like a car note, you know, like you've been paying on it for 5 years, and then you pay it off, and you're like, well, that was uneventful. Like, you know, like I'm starting to feel like this journey is 5 years later, and it's uneventful for me. And I think it's uneventful because I'm not really helping anyone but myself. And I thought, well, maybe I would share some of the weird things that I do and how I live my crazy life with my family, because I live in a multi-generational household. Getting adults to go along on a debt-free journey is a hell of a lot harder than kids, okay? Because you can dictate to kids what they're gonna do, what they're not gonna do, what they're gonna eat, what they're not gonna eat, for the most part. You know, it's hard to do that with your parents, like, you know, the people who have wiped your butt and guided you, you know, and now it's like a role reversal. That was a really tough one. It was tough. My dad is a payment person. He is, I mean, the majority of the debt that I'm paying off to this day, I mean, as of right now, I think I've paid off $359,000. I still have more than half to go. I do. Like, I didn't think this was gonna be a 10-year journey. Like, the consumer debt was gone by like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and now it's like the mortgage thing. And it's, a lot of it is the lawsuit, and when that stuff gets settled, a lot of the stuff will be paid. But another reason why I started going debt-free is because at that point I was in this lawsuit for 5 years, and my original attorney, because I've had 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, Frank's been my attorney for the longest. He's been my attorney now since like 2010. He's cool. I get him. I tell ya, I should do a video on how to pick an attorney, because it is not an easy thing to do, and there's like no guidebook for it. And don't just go to the yellow pages. Like, there's a process to it, trust me. Make a video on that. I'll write it down. How to pick an attorney. But I thought that, like, I think the original lawyer is like, oh, even if they contest it, it'd be like 2 or 3 years. But my dad's ex-partner, who's also his brother, is just like a narcissistic butt twad. And there's no getting rid of him. Like, he's just gonna be there till we die. And I'm okay with that now. Like, I don't think about the lawsuit that much. I still have to pay thousands of dollars towards it every month, and it's still going on. But as far as that guy, like, being in my life, I've really cut him out. I've blocked him on all pretty much forms. The only way he gets to talk to me is through my attorney. All the email accounts that he like, I don't even read his stuff anymore. I just delete it. So, yeah. But that took me like, that used to really emotionally affect me. Like getting, for a while there I thought I was gonna have like some kind of PTSD from it, because I would jump every time the phone, the fax, or the email rang. So I really just had to like cut him out. And you know, you do what you gotta do. And he's a gigantic poo. So bye-bye, dude. No, my journey's been fascinating. So I think I'm gonna just kind of make some videos sharing the process. That's all I have right now. I'm gonna go into Costco and to spend some money. No, I do have some slight consumer debt right now for my business. What happened? Something happened. Oh, I got in trouble with Google over something. That was like last year that I'm still kind of recovering from. And some other things. So, I don't know. 2020, I'm just kind of trying to figure out like what is my life's mission? Like what am I supposed to be doing? And what do I want to do when I grow up? Because even though I'm 41, like I still feel about 23. I mean, I've got a lot of accomplishments, but like on the inside, I'm like, I like 23. I think 23 was like my favorite year of my life. That may be 27 or 28. 26 was a good year too. The 30s with the lawsuit thing was like, but I want 40s to be like the 20s. So I'm gonna figure that out. And I just want to figure out what I want to do with my life. And I don't know yet. Like, then you'll be like, don't you own your own business and do that? Isn't that what you want to do with your life? I don't know. Because I kind of started it under duress because I lost my job. And it was just like, I know I can put this together and make this work. But is it like what I want to do? I don't know. Like, I enjoy my customers. I have around, oh God, maybe 10, maybe under 20,000 clients that I have. And I've got maybe 1,000, I'm not joking, like 1,000 of them that I've been working with for 17 years. And you know, it's like, I know their family history, medical history, where they live, who got married, who got divorced, like, and then I do conferences where I actually get to see them once or twice a year. I'm not traveling this year. With Chad's dad and just some other health issues with our parents, I have decided not to travel this year. Maybe in 2020, I don't know. But this year, no travel. I don't know, 2020's got to be better. Like, I want that to be the year of figuring things out of where I'm going to next, because I still feel really lost. And it is always about this time of year, like late November, early December, that I start really analyzing my life and looking at the things that I can't stand anymore and changing them. And one of the things that I think about a lot is, and this is gonna sound kind of morbid, is what am I gonna leave my child when I die? And not like in a monetary or asset way, but in a, like, a way for her to know, like, how I did things, how I felt about things, and that I love her. Because we've had so much loss in our family, and especially probably in the last 4 years, where parents have passed away, leaving behind their kids, you know. And it's like, and I look at people like my mom, because my mom, her dad died when she was 5. And my brother-in-law, his dad passed away, I think when he was like maybe a teenager or late 20s. And it's not the, like, it's not the, how do they say it? Because I was talking, you know, I talked to a lot of people who go through a lot of loss like that, because I'm curious, because Chad's uncle passed away. He was 38. He passed away 3 years ago, leaving behind a daughter who is, she's 11 now. So she was 8 then, you know? And when I've talked to these kids who've lost their parents, they say they always think about, like, what it would be like if they were here now. And then when they go through certain situations in life, like, what kind of advice would their parents have given them, you know? About divorce and money and, like, I was talking to one of them, she's like, I can't remember what my mom used to find funny. And, like, I can't remember the type of thing she used to laugh at. Or it was really sad. But it was very eye-opening, because, like, I don't, you know, if something happens to me, would I like to leave my kid a pile of money? Sure. But I think what I would rather like to leave her is, like how I did things and what I was like, especially if I pass away when she's little, you know? Like, yeah, Peyton, you exploded 10,000 little bean seeds all over my bedroom, and it took me 2 hours to pick it up. But the next day, I thought it was kind of funny. Like, you know, like, some things, even though you're mad at them in the moment, they will be funny later. You know? Those type of things. Alright, I gotta go into Costco, because now I'm crying. And I'm gonna have makeup down my face. And it's the holiday time. And, like, when people are gone, it just, like, I don't know. You know, it's just tough. Oh, gosh. Alright. Well, in 2020, I plan on making videos mainly for my kid. So I hope you like them, too. But if something happens to me, then she will have these on YouTube to look at and know how crazy she was and how crazy I was. And that is just us. I love you. Have a good day. I'm gonna go spend some money. But I do have, because I budgeted for the holiday. And we're gonna try and keep it under like 200 bucks in Costco. Is that possible? I don't know. I don't know. Like, subscribe. I'll talk to you soon. I gotta go before I cry some more. Bye.